Hello. Today, we will explore an ancient secret for our very modern, stressful world. We are going to discuss Stoicism, a philosophy designed to build a resilient mind. This isn't about hiding your feelings. It is not about becoming a cold robot. Instead, Stoicism is about understanding your emotions so they do not end up controlling you. Its roots are in ancient Greece. It later flourished in the Roman Empire. Great thinkers and even emperors practiced its timeless lessons to guide them through their difficult lives. We live in an age of constant distraction. News, notifications, and endless demands for our attention create stress. Stoicism offers a powerful and practical shield against this modern chaos. The goal is not to eliminate stress. That is impossible. The goal is to change our relationship with it, transforming challenges into opportunities for growth and personal character development. We will learn from three great Stoic masters. These are Seneca, a wealthy advisor, Epictetus, a former slave, and Marcus Aurelius, a powerful Roman emperor. Their wisdom applies now. Despite their different stations in life, they all agreed on the core principles. These principles form a practical toolkit for navigating the ups and downs of our shared human experience. So let's begin this journey. Let's uncover how you can master your mind. We will learn how to find tranquility, even when the world around you is very stressful. This journey starts with one single, powerful idea. It is the most important concept in all of Stoicism. Understanding it will change your entire perspective on your life's problems. This core concept is often called the dichotomy of control. It is a simple but profound idea that separates all of life's events into two distinct, separate categories. The first category contains everything that is directly within your power. The second category contains absolutely everything else that is not within your power to control at all. Things you cannot control include the weather. You cannot control the traffic on your way to work. You cannot control what other people will think about you today. You cannot control the economy's direction. You cannot control getting sick, growing older, or the past. Acknowledging this simple fact is the first step toward achieving inner freedom. Worrying about things outside of your control is a complete waste of your energy. It is like trying to command the wind. It only leads to frustration and anxiety. So, what is in your control? This is where the true power of Stoicism lies. It is a very short, but an incredibly powerful list of your abilities. You control your thoughts. You control your judgments about events. You control your decisions to act. You control your character and the values that you choose to live by. This is it. Your inner world of choice and response is your kingdom. Everything else that happens in the external world is outside of your direct personal command. The Stoic practices focusing all of their energy only on what they can control. Their mind, their responses, their actions. This is where their true strength is found. When you are stuck in traffic, you cannot control the cars ahead, but you can control your response. You can choose patience over rage. You can choose calm. If someone insults you, you cannot control their words, but you can control your judgment. You can choose not to be harmed by their opinion of your life. This is the fundamental practice. In every situation, ask yourself a simple question. Is this thing that is upsetting me right now within my direct personal control? If the answer is no, then you must practice acceptance. Acknowledge it is outside your power. Let go of the need to fight against the unchangeable reality of it. If the answer is yes, then you must practice action. Use your energy and your reason to make the best possible choice you can make in that moment. This simple sorting process brings immense peace. You stop wasting your precious time and mental energy on fighting battles that you are never going to be able to win. Your focus shifts inward. Your sense of well-being is no longer tied to external events. It is now tied to the quality of your own choices and judgments. This leads us to the next key Stoic idea. It flows directly from the dichotomy of control. It is about how we perceive the world around us every day. The Stoics taught that it is not events themselves that disturb us. Instead, it is our judgments and our opinions about those events that are the real problem. Losing your job is an external event. The judgment, "My life is over now," is what causes the suffering. The event is neutral. Your interpretation creates the pain. Epictetus said it best, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the views which they take of them." This insight is the key to mastering your emotions. This means you have a choice. You can learn to see events objectively. You can observe what happens without immediately attaching a negative or a positive label to it. Practice separating the event from your story about it. The event is, it is raining. The story is, the rain has ruined my entire day, and everything is terrible. The Stoic works to remove that second part. They stick to the facts. It is raining. This neutral observation does not create any emotional disturbance within their own mind. This practice requires mindfulness. You must pay attention to your thoughts. You need to catch yourself when you are adding a layer of negative judgment to a situation. When you feel anger, sadness, or fear, pause. Ask yourself, what story am I telling myself about this event? Is this story actually true? Is it helping me? Often, you will find that your distress comes from your own mind. It is not being imposed upon you by the world. It is a product of your perspective. You can then choose a different story. Losing my job is an opportunity to find a new career path that I might enjoy more. This reframing changes everything. This is not about pretending that bad things are good. It is about recognizing that every event, no matter how difficult, contains an opportunity to practice virtue and strength. Adversity is a training ground for the soul. It is a chance to practice courage, patience, and wisdom. This is how you can turn obstacles into stepping stones. Marcus Aurelius wrote about this in his personal journal. He said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." A powerful idea. A fire is blocked by an obstacle. The fire consumes the obstacle and uses it as fuel to burn even stronger. You can learn to be like that fire. This mindset is about becoming antifragile. Not just resilient, which means bouncing back, but antifragile, which means you actually become stronger through encountering and facing life's many challenges. So, you have the dichotomy of control and the power of perception. The third major pillar of Stoicism is living a life that is guided by your virtue. For the Stoics, the ultimate goal of life is to live in accordance with nature. This means living in line with our highest self, our capacity for reason. Living a virtuous life is the only true good. Things like health, wealth, and reputation are considered indifferents. They are nice to have, but not essential for happiness. Why are they indifferent? Because they can be taken away from you at any moment. Your virtue, your character, is the only thing that is truly your own. A good life is not defined by what you have. It is defined by who you are. Your internal character is the source of a stable and meaningful existence. The Stoics identified 4 cardinal virtues to guide your actions. These 4 are wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. They are all interconnected with one another in life. Wisdom is the ability to tell the difference between what is good, what is bad, and what is indifferent. It is knowing how to navigate life's complexities well. Justice is about treating other people with fairness, kindness, and respect. It is recognizing our shared humanity and our duty to contribute to the common good of all. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is facing your fears and doing the right thing anyway. It is enduring hardship with strength and a very solid resolve. Temperance or moderation is about mastering your desires. It is about avoiding excess and finding balance in all things, from food and drink to praise and pleasure. These 4 virtues act as a moral compass. In any situation, you can ask, what would be the wise, just, courageous, and temperate thing for me to do? This focus on virtue provides a deep sense of purpose. Your goal becomes being the best version of yourself, regardless of the external outcomes or the rewards you get. Now, let's talk about some practical exercises. These are daily mental workouts you can do to build your Stoic muscle and strengthen your mind for better living. One powerful exercise is called premeditatio malorum. This is the premeditation of evils. You actively imagine things going wrong in your day, or even your whole life. You could imagine losing your possessions. You could visualize failing at an important task. You might even contemplate the loss of a loved one or your own mortality. This might sound negative or morbid, but its purpose is twofold. First, it builds gratitude for what you currently have right now. You appreciate it much more. Second, it mentally prepares you for adversity. If something bad does happen, it will not be a complete shock to your system. You have already rehearsed for it. You realize you can handle it. You have the inner resources to endure. This practice reduces the fear of the future and increases your overall resilience to hardship. Another exercise is the view from above. Imagine yourself floating up, looking down on your house, your city, and then the entire planet Earth from outer space. From this vast perspective, your personal problems seem much smaller. The argument you had, the deadline you are worried about, shrinks in its overall cosmic significance. It helps. This exercise helps you detach from your ego. It reminds you that you are part of a much larger whole. It cultivates a sense of perspective and humility. Journaling is also a core Stoic practice. Marcus Aurelius's famous book, Meditations, was never meant for publication. It was his own private journal to himself as a reminder. Each morning, you can write about the challenges you might face. Remind yourself to apply Stoic principles, to focus only on what you can actually control today. Each evening, review your day. Where did you act with virtue? Where did you get upset by things outside your control? What can you learn from your mistakes? This self-reflection is crucial for your personal growth. It makes you a conscious participant in the shaping of your own character, one day at a time, every day. Another powerful Stoic reminder is memento mori. This is a Latin phrase that means remember you will die. Again, this is not meant to be depressing. It is meant to create a sense of urgency and purpose. Knowing your time is limited, you are less likely to waste it on trivial things that don't matter. This reminder helps you prioritize. What is truly important to you? Are you spending your limited days on this earth in a way that aligns with your values? It encourages you to live fully in the present moment. Do not put off being a good person. The time to practice kindness, courage, and wisdom is right now. Finally, there is the concept of amor fati. This is another Latin phrase, and it means a love of one's fate. This is perhaps the most advanced step. It means not just accepting what happens, but actively embracing it. It is the belief that everything that happens, good or bad, is a necessary part of life. You learn to see the whole tapestry of your life. Even the difficult parts are necessary threads that contribute to the final, beautiful, and complete picture of who you are. This is the ultimate form of acceptance. You stop wishing for reality to be different. You find joy and meaning in reality, exactly as it is presented. So, let's review the core path. It begins with understanding what you can and cannot control. This immediately reduces the amount of anxiety you feel in your life. Next, you learn to manage your perceptions. You realize that your judgments, not external events, are the true source of most of your emotional and mental distress. You then live a life guided by virtue. Your goal becomes building your character, focusing on wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance as your internal guide for everything. You support this journey with daily practices. You use negative visualization, a view from above, journaling, and a powerful reminder of your own mortality. Memento mori. Stoicism is not a set of abstract ideas. It is a philosophy for living. It is meant to be practiced every single day, in every situation you face. It is a lifelong process. You will not become a perfect Stoic sage overnight. There will be days when you forget and get carried away by your emotions. That is okay. The key is to come back to the principles. Treat each failure as a learning opportunity. Get back up and try again the next day. The modern world will continue to be stressful. There will always be challenges, frustrations, and things that are completely unfair. This is a constant in human life. Stoicism does not change the world outside of you. It changes the world inside of you. It gives you an inner citadel, a fortress of peace and resilience. This inner strength cannot be taken away from you by anyone or anything. It is yours alone. It is built by your own conscious effort and your practice. When you focus on your own actions and character, you become a more stable and reliable person. You become a better friend, partner, parent, and community member. Your tranquility is not dependent on getting a promotion. Your happiness is not dependent on other people's approval. It comes from within your own mind and character. This is true freedom. It is the freedom from being jerked around by external circumstances. It is the freedom to choose your response in any given moment. Think of a storm at sea. The surface of the water is chaotic, with huge waves crashing. But deep below the surface, the ocean is calm and still. Stoicism teaches you how to access that place of deep inner calm. The storms of life will still rage, but they will no longer be able to disturb you. You can observe the storm from a place of strength. You can navigate the waves with wisdom and courage, knowing your core is safe from the turbulence. This ancient wisdom is more relevant today than ever before. In a world that encourages reactivity and outrage, Stoicism teaches calm, reflection, and considered, thoughtful action. It is an operating system for the human mind. It helps you to process information rationally, to manage your emotional responses, and to act with a clear purpose. You do not need to move to a monastery. You do not need to give away all your possessions. You can practice Stoicism right now in your life. Start with one idea. For the rest of today, just practice the dichotomy of control. Constantly ask yourself, is this within my control? And then act accordingly. See how this one small shift changes your day. Notice how much energy you save. Notice the feeling of peace that comes from letting go of the uncontrollable. This is a journey of 1,000 miles. But it begins with that single, simple step. Master your mind, and you can navigate any challenge the world throws. The secret of the Stoics is not really a secret. It is a timeless truth. Your mind is the most powerful tool that you will ever possess. By learning to use it properly, you can build an unshakable foundation of inner peace. You can find strength in adversity and purpose in your daily actions. This is the promise of Stoicism. It is the ancient art of mastering your mind in a world that will always present us with many new and stressful challenges. Thank you for listening today. I hope these ideas serve you well on your path. Choose to live with virtue and find your own inner peace and calm.